Hi, it's Debbie with Mystery Quilts Anonymous, and this is the quilt called Crossroads. And this is the one where I'm going to give you the YouTube tutorials all the way through. So this first one is going to be to help you choose your fabrics and straightening up those edges. I think that's what we'll do for today. And then the next clue, we will start putting everything together. Let's talk about these fabrics that I have here. I told you in your fabric requirements that you were going to need 3 different colors. I told you you needed a background, a medium, and then your third fabric, which needed to be the opposite of your background. I didn't heed my own instructions, but these are my fabrics. This is my background here in the gray. Okay, then this is the opposite of my background. And then this is the medium that I chose to go with. I have the added benefit of knowing what this looks like when it's finished, and I know that these are going to look spectacular. I also wanted to show you these purples over here that I have pulled for a different project. But if I were to pull the fabrics for this one, for Crossroads, I might pull this one, and this one, and use this down here and this up here as my background, this the opposite of my background, and then this for my medium. Even though these two read as dark, there's still enough contrast between the two for you to get the distinct color differences between your 3. That's really what we're going for, is the distinct contrast. Okay. By the way, this quilt over here is called Love Conquers All. Watch this space. All right, let's just start with this one because I think it's a pretty fabric. Let's just start to straighten this one out. I've done a video on this before, but I'm just going to show you again how I do this. First of all, I pick the end. As you can see, this end here is really, to be honest, this was the end of the bolt when I bought it, so you always get that end of the bolt roughness. So I'm going to go to the opposite end, and I see that it's pretty good. But as you can tell, I have it laying on a line down here. This is not straight at all. Okay, it is really bad. So what I do is I feel it and see if there are any obvious bumps underneath there where it's in sad shape. And this one isn't. This is in actually very good shape. So I'm just going to fold this up. Actually, I'm not. If you'll look at this, it may have felt like it was in good shape, but it's crooked because we can tell how much white is showing here versus how much of the selvage is showing up here. So I'm actually going to pull this up, shake it down, and as you can see, once I pulled it up, it doesn't bubble at the bottom, so this is going to be straight. Okay, if I needed to go, you can now see I've shifted the top one over a little bit, and you can see, can you see where it's bubbled? That means it's not straight. So I'll pull it back where it was, line it up, lay it down, give this a bit of a finger press down here, roll it up, lay it out. As you can see where it was crooked now. And we'll be glad that we didn't just cut that off. Okay. Handy dandy ruler. And I like to line up. Now I do this left-handed. I am a right-handed person, but I do this left-handed because I am ambidextrous. So I line up this line here. Can you see this line here? It doesn't matter which line you line it up on. I just happen to line it up on the 1/2 inch mark because it's easy for me to quickly see. And I make sure that I'm going to get it, you can see how it's tucked down. So I make sure I'm going to get all that, saving as much fabric as I can. So if this is square down here, then theoretically that is going to be a very straight edge. Now I do this with my left hand just because it makes it easier for me to just chuck it in the rubbish and start moving without moving my fabric again. If you did it with your right hand, you would actually have to flip your fabric around. And since I go from the fold to do this right-handed, you can again line up any line up there you want. Okay, line up any line you want. Again, take it with your right hand this time and straighten it up. You notice that didn't need straightening. It was already straight. But what I don't like about that is then having to flip it back around and line it back up to go again. Now, cutting with your left hand does take a little bit of practice if you're not used to it. So do it your favorite way, and from there I will see you in the next clue.